good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time. I am so glad you're joining me tonight. I'm going to talk about my weekend and get to my in-studio guest. Friday night, I did Murdered by the Mob in Manhattan. We have a pic of that. That is me as a blonde and Ralph Bracco. It was my debut as Bunny, the big boss Johnny's wife, and I was very excited to play her for the first time, and everything went well, thank God, and I had a really good time. So that was Friday night at the Iron Bar in Manhattan. And if you want to see Murdered by the Mob, you can go to murderedbythemob.com for all upcoming shows. We're going to be there again on October 13th, and we're going to be in Bayside at Bourbon Street on October 27th. Saturday, I stayed in because of Hurricane Ophelia. And Sunday, you know, it's laundry day, and I spent the day with my mother in Queens. So I just want to mention a couple of things. Rescuing Families is having a sale. There it is, October 14th. So if you get a chance to come to Franklin Square to shop, all the proceeds, Rescuing Families is a nonprofit, and they renovate homes for people with disabilities. So it's really cool. Come shop till you drop. You know, the money goes to a great cause. And if you're going to be in the Lindenhurst area, NYLIF, New York Long Island Film Festival, Saturday, October 21st, you could come see me in a rom-com comedy called It's Love, Bro. That's me with my on-screen husband, Frank Fiella. It is hysterical, so I hope everyone comes to see it. I'm also in something called Graveyard Medium, which is a short, and you can look that up too. Just go to my page and you can find out where everything is. All right, also, let me get to my guest because I'm excited. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a musician, he's a friend. Anthony Aveni is here with me. Hi, Anthony.
The correct pronunciation is Aveni.
Aveni. Okay, thank you for correcting me.
Though?
Aveni. Everyone says Aveni.
Well,
Aveni. They Americanize it.
Yeah, exactly.
Aveni.
Nowadays, it seems like everything is becoming Americanized. Even the fight between gravy and tomato sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And I always tell everybody, listen, it's tomato sauce. The only people who call it gravy are Americans and foreigners who wish they were Italian. And furthermore, I will challenge anyone.
Yeah.
If you go to any really true Italian pizzeria or restaurant,
yes,
you will never find the word gravy on their menu. If you do, I'll buy you dinner there.
Speaking about restaurants, actually, you owned your own pizzeria restaurant, didn't you?
Yes. It was, my grandfather had restaurants, my father had restaurants, and then I got into the business as well.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult business.
Oh,
it's hard to find good helpers.
Yes, it is.
And not only that, but you need people that are trustworthy.
Yeah.
And that know how to treat the customers with respect and a smile and appreciation.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Well, hello, Bruno and Ann and everyone for watching Tea Time. I appreciate it. Please like the show. Please share it. But I want everyone to get to know you, my friend. You grew up in Queens.
Queens, yeah.
Where exactly in Queens?
Well, I actually grew up in a lot of the boroughs.
Yeah.
My parents moved around a lot, but me and my sisters always managed to find them. No, basically, Brooklyn. When my family first
Brooklyn.
migrated. Oh, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
When my family first came here from Sicily.
Yeah.
They started in Brooklyn.
Right.
And then we moved to Staten Island.
Staten, Italy.
Yes, Staten Italy, baby. And then we ended up in Queens.
Yeah.
And then over the course of the years, I've lived in Florida, Hawaii, California. I got around a lot.
Wow. So where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school in Bayside.
Oh, which one? Because
Bayside
that's where I grew up,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
A lot of my friends went to Bayside High, but I actually went to Cardozo.
Oh, that wasn't too far away.
Yeah. They either
Good
went
school.
to Franny Lou, Bayside,
Yeah.
or
Bayside
Cardozo.
High School had a beautiful swimming pool in there.
I know. I was so jealous.
Yeah.
And a football team, which we never
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
We didn't have a swimming pool or a football team.
Yeah, I was on the wrestling team over there.
Were you really?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
how cool is that?
Well, I was a very athletic guy when I was much younger.
Yeah.
I'm still very athletic.
You are. You're in very, very good shape.
Yeah, thank you. I try, It's part of owning a home. You always got something to do.
I know,
Whether it's
I know.
landscaping, cement work, or
It's
painting,
true.
you're always doing
It's
something.
true. My mother said a house is like a sponge. It always needs, it
And
always
I've been
needs
doing
something.
construction my whole life on and off, besides the restaurant business.
Right.
But the restaurant business my landlord got so greedy, he decided to double my rent. And at that point I says, you know what, I had enough of this business anyway,
Yeah.
between trying to find the right helpers and
Right.
too many hours.
Yeah.
Luckily I knew construction.
Right.
And I had the music industry.
Yeah,
I've been a singer
yeah.
my whole life.
Yeah.
Always the lead singer of all my bands.
Amazing.
And,
well, we're going to talk about that in a little while, but I want to get to you being in this movie industry. You've been in this movie industry 30 years, and your first movie was actually A Bronx Tale.
Yes.
And we have a pic of you and De
Oh,
Niro back then.
That was 30 years ago, A Bronx Tale.
Is that crazy?
Look how much hair I had.
And then the next pic is you with Chaz.
Oh, yeah.
And what's crazy is that the next pic is you and Chaz 30 years later.
That's right. We got reunited again thanks to a good friend of mine, William DeMeo.
William DeMeo, shout out to Willie.
The creator of the Gravesend TV series,
Yes.
which can be seen
And there he is. He's
on Amazon.
He's an actor. He's a writer. He's a producer. He's a
That's
director.
right.
Actually, I'm going to get Willie on my show. He said he'll do it. We just have to pick a date. But speaking about
good person.
Speaking
Very
about
good
Willie,
person.
you did a lot of things with Willie. A lot of stuff with Willie. But you and I met on a bunch of sets too. We worked together a few times. We were on The Wizard's Books.
The Wizard's Books, which is now out on
YouTube TV.
Yeah, and Tubi channel, I believe, just came out today, free.
Cool.
The Wizard's Books.
Yeah, and we were on.
Well, you were playing the part of a wicked witch, if I remember.
I was a witch with an English accent.
With the gray wig
Yes,
on.
and we did Gravesend together because we filmed the 4th of July party together.
That's right.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
We also did Good Friday with
Good
Sal Ranella.
Friday, right.
And
Which is hopefully coming out soon.
I hope so.
It's been a lot of years in the making,
Yeah,
but as you know,
COVID kind of messed everything up.
COVID, and not only that, but a lot of people don't realize when you're making an independent movie, it's hard to get funding, number
Fazools.
one.
Yeah, the Fazools.
Right.
We know
and
that.
number two, it's a period piece from like the late 60s, early 70s.
Yes.
So that makes it really hard because you got to have the right
Well,
props.
talking about period pieces, we're going to go to a pic of your cars.
Okay.
And we're going to leave that up for a quick second. But
Yeah.
you own how many cars?
I own 30 cars in my personal collection.
Okay,
yeah.
and they use some of those cars in A Bronx Tale, correct?
Oh, yeah, we used 10 or 12 of them in the Bronx Tale.
Wow.
And, over the course of the years, I realized, hey, this is pretty good,
Yeah, it's
I could
almost
get-
like its own business within itself, right?
Because, I try to go
Thank
after
you.
acting jobs where they actually need old school cars so
Yes.
that I could get double
And you could
pay.
say, hey, by the way,
Right.
I've got a car.
Exactly.
And I've got more than one.
Right. And not only that, but technically,
Yes.
I have 200 cars available because all my friends and people that I know.
Yeah.
So if they need any particular cars on a set,
You make a
and
call.
I don't personally have it in my collection,
Right.
I make phone calls,
Right.
and I make it happen.
Now, what's the oldest car you own?
My oldest is a 1956 Chevy Nomad. It's aqua with ivory, really beautiful car. It
Nice.
took me 10 years to restore it, but I got it finished.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that like your baby? Is that like your fave?
Well, It is one of my favorites, but I have a tendency of favoring my convertibles. You know, it's nice cruising around in the summer.
Because I talked about this before. I love old cars. Like, I love like a Bel Air 57 Chevy. I love white wall tires. I love chrome. Give me chrome. I mean, these cars, they're artwork. They are artwork.
Well, compared to the new cars, which are made of plastic.
Oh, yeah, no. You
the
can't
smallest
compare.
little bump, and you have a dent.
I know. You know? They were tanks back then.
Yeah.
Tanks.
I know.
So where do you store 30 cars?
Well, luckily I have a nice storage spot
Okay,
in my house.
all right, yeah.
And I rent a couple of garages,
Yeah.
which are extremely expensive nowadays.
Oh, sure.
I've been downsizing. I got to downsize my fleet.
And you have to, do you like keep them like Jay Leno, like on display? Are they on lifts? Do you keep them covered? I mean, how do you keep up with them and make sure they're like, you know?
It's a lot harder
They're
than people
babies.
think.
It's like babies.
That's right, because they always need something.
Yes.
Tires, brakes, you know, a window don't go down, an electrical problem inside. But luckily, I've been doing mechanic work most of my life.
That's great.
And I do all my own construction.
Right.
All my own car mechanics.
That's good.
Because otherwise, you just get ripped off out there.
Yeah. Bruno says, "Wow, what a collection, Anthony."
Who's that? Bruno who? Coppola?
Bruno Coppola.
Bruno Coppola.
Yeah. All right. So
How you doing, Bruno?
So I want to go through some stuff that you've done. I mean, you've done a lot of things over the years. In 30 years, you've got some major creds going on, and like we said, Bronx Tale was your first movie. You've done a lot since then.
Yes.
IMDb only goes back to like 2010, but you did a lot of short films.
Yes.
And you did a lot of indies. You did TV series. You've done a lot of stuff. You did something called, back in 2013, you did something called Quick to Duck, actually with Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, yeah, Quick to Duck, yeah.
Do you remember that? We're going to go down memory lane a little bit.
That was Robin Mountjoy.
Look, see how you remember?
Yeah.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. Look how you remember.
I actually got him a location for the scene, too. In College Point, in a bar. A lady friend of mine used to own a bar over there, and we got the scene filmed in there. It came out good.
Great.
And I got him a couple of good vehicles too. A 1949 pickup truck, which is involved in there, and he loved it. We filmed a scene at the football stadium with that one.
Yeah. Wow. And then you did, just to go down a little bit, you also did, you know, like I said, a lot of shorts. You even did a video, but you did something in 2015 called Laugh, Kill, Laugh.
Oh, yeah.
And that was with Gino Caffarelli, who
correct.
I've worked with, Tom Sizemore, correct? And William Forsythe, which we have a pic of you and William.
Oh, yeah.
That we could put that one up. Hello? Okay,
Oh,
there
yeah,
we go.
there's
There we go.
William.
Oh, you got a little facial hair going on over there.
Yeah.
He's great. I actually met him a couple of years ago at MobCon. What a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, we hung out quite often after that movie film.
And he's in Gravesend.
Yes, he is. He's one of the new cast members in season 2.
Yes.
And he's very dependable, always on point. His acting is phenomenal.
Yeah.
As his father as well.
Oh, yeah.
John Forsythe.
Yeah, definitely.
Top notch in my book.
Top notch. You did Saturday in the Park back in 2016 with our friend Chuck Zito.
Oh, yeah.
And Anthony Mangano.
Oh, yes.
And you worked with Anthony more than once also.
And Chuck Zito is actually in
Gravesend
as well.
Yeah. Who isn't?
Now that I think of it, I have actually been in probably like 6 or 7 movies with Chuck.
Really?
One of the first times I met him was in the remake of The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Oh, cool.
And we were filming a scene where the ambulance comes off the highway on Park Avenue by the United Nations building.
Yes.
And there's an underground roadway there. And this ambulance comes and hits a police car. The police car tumbles over and falls down under the roadway.
Wow.
And they had to film this scene like 5, 6 times in order to get it right.
Wow.
And in one particular take, the front bumper of the police car came flying off like a helicopter blade and came right towards me and Chuck. We had to actually duck for our lives.
Oh my God,
for
that's
real.
scary.
Yeah. Another take, the police car went out of control, hit the fire hydrant, and it was like a TV cartoon. All the water started coming up.
Wow.
It was really, really intense.
That is intense. That's crazy.
And now we worked together recently in Gravesend,
yes.
the TV series.
Yeah.
and Chuck pulls up in my 1956 Chevy Nomad.
Nice.
And he takes on 5 guys in a fight scene. I'm not going to tell you what
No,
happens because
you
I
gotta
don't want
watch
to blow it.
It's on Amazon Prime. You can watch it right now.
That's right.
And then you did The Right to Live with Michael Voight.
Oh, yeah.
You did
Michelle
so many things.
Franticos.
Yes. And you did Mi Familia, which was with Joseph Manera.
Yeah.
And and then we worked together with him again on the Wizard's books.
The Wizard's book, yeah.
It's nice when you work with the same people,
Sure, because you get the chemistry going.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Then you did Breaking Point, and that was with Willie DeMeo and Joe D'Onofrio,
right.
our friend.
Oh, yeah.
And you did The Legend of Joey Fox with John Marola, who I've had on the show also.
And speaking of Mr. John Marola,
yes,
John and I go back many years as well. We've worked in the Gotti movie and a whole bunch of other projects. And he is making his own movie called The Bensonhurst
Boys. That's the other one we did
yes,
together.
That's right. So in the past couple of years,
we worked together a lot.
Right.
But it's cool.
Yes.
It's so much fun.
Well, you're a very talented woman.
And you're a very talented man.
Thank you.
You really are, Anthony. You're great. I mean, his music is fantastic, which we're going to talk about in a little while. But we're going to take my first commercial break, and we come back. We're going to continue with this laundry list and plethora of everyone he's worked with. We'll be back after this. Don't go away.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Great day.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I have my friend who's very talented, Anthony Aveni. I say it right? Aveni.
You sure did.
And he's an actor, he's a writer, he's also a musician. He started out 30 years ago in A Bronx Tale, and ever since then his career has been steady, streaming, and very interesting. He's worked with so many wonderful people in the industry. And we're going to get to Bound by Debt, which actually Nikki Silva was in. And I had Nikki on my show last week, and we talked about it. Because you chimed in. You're like,
I sure did.
I'm in debt with
when
her.
I heard Nikki Silva, I said, oh, she's a very talented lady.
She is.
And very punctual. And
yeah, she's great, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
And then you did, in 2019, you did Tapestry, which was with Stephen Baldwin. And we have a pic of you with Stephen and nope, that is Bert.
That's Bert Young.
Bert Young was in it too.
He's in it as well.
I was going to say you could leave Bert. There's Bert Young. Bert
That's
was in Tapestry with you.
Yes.
Along with
I've worked with Bert several times actually.
Yes,
Tapestry,
you have.
And I believe he was in The Brawler with us.
Yes, The Brawler, which was a great movie. All right, if you can't find it, it's there somewhere, but don't worry about it.
That was Joey Pantoliano.
Yeah, that's Joey. That was in The Brawler. All right, so The Brawler's next. So leave that there because you did The Brawler, and my friend, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Isn't that horrible?
Ken Kushner.
Oh my God, name everybody. Name everybody. Oh, by the way, The Brawler is on Netflix, and you can watch it. I watched it. It's amazing. You have Joey Pant is in that. Bert Young is in that. Greg Kritikos, my friend, is in that.
Right, Greg, right. Okay. Zach McGowan was one of the stars. He was a fighter.
Yes. A lot of great people. And also Anthony Magnano also plays Sylvester Stallone.
That's right.
And he does an amazing job.
He sure does. He's a good person, man. Anthony's good people.
And I'm still having a brain fart. Help me out. Who played Andre the Giant?
Oh, my friend James DeJohn Bonavia.
James, forgive me. Your name was on the tip of my tongue and I couldn't get it out. James is amazing. I love him. He's been on my show and he did a great job as Andre the Giant.
He's a good person, very talented actor.
And you did amazing. I loved you in The Brawler.
Thank
you
you,
were great. You had a big mouth.
Yeah.
You were good.
We had
you
some
were really
fun
good.
scenes.
It was a great scene. And then the disco, the club.
Yeah.
What an influence you are on him. Let me tell you, The Brawler is a great.
I was feeding him.
The Brawler is it's a true story. It's based on
Chuck Wepner, the heavyweight fighter.
Yes, and
he was also known as the Bayonne Bleeder.
Yes.
He was one of the only guys to really ever get Muhammad Ali down on the canvas.
On the ground.
Nobody gave him a fair chance to win. They all thought it was going to be over in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
But he went all 16 rounds.
Yeah, he did.
And he got Muhammad Ali down.
And the thing is that Sylvester Stallone based Rocky on his life. It was his inspiration.
That's true.
That inspired Sylvester Stallone, and Chuck ends up taking him to court and suing him. And well, it was an undisclosed amount. I never said in the movie what it was. It says it was an undisclosed amount. But you have to watch The Brawler. Watch it. It's on Netflix. It's all over. Just look it up. It's a great, and you did a great job in it. Because I'm watching it and we're going, I love when I see my friends in movies.
I know, me too.
Don't you get excited?
Pumped up, yeah.
It really does.
I scream out loud and I say, "Oh shit!"
Joe DeBarry's watching. Hello, Joe. So listen. So you also did Mi Familia 2 with Joseph Manera, and a bunch of shorts. You've done so many things. But like I said before, we worked on Good Friday together, Wizards Books, Gravesend, Bentonhurst Boys. With Willie, you did Breaking Point. You did Mafia Comedy. You did Back in the Day. You did Gotti. We got a picture of you with Travolta, baby.
That's
right. My God. All right. Because I just died and went to heaven. I have a picture of me kissing the Gotti poster, okay? Which we're not posting, but...
I got to tell you a funny story.
Tell me about that, because John came to Brooklyn through Willie. Willie got John to come to Brooklyn.
That's correct.
And it was crazy.
Yeah, we had a big party over by the pizzeria by Lenny's.
Yes.
We recreated that one slice on top of another.
Yes, I know.
From the Saturday night.
I know.
So the funniest thing is we were working on the Gotti movie.
Right.
And we were in the holding area. So I had to go use the men's room.
Okay.
So that's why I say we met in the strangest place. So I'm in the men's room.
Yeah.
Come out. All of a sudden my phone rings. I put it on speaker. I'm washing my hands.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm talking on the phone, Mr. Travolta comes in the men's room. So I said, "Hey, brother, I got to hang up. John Travolta just walked in the men's room." Hey, I did get to meet him when we were doing the recreation of a Pelham 1, 2, 3 remake.
Right.
And he remembered me from then. So when he came in I go, "Johnny, how are you? Remember me? The taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. He goes, "Yeah, Anthony, how you doing?"
Oh, that's sweet.
So here we are. Just before John came in, another friend of mine, Dominic, came in to use the men's room.
Yes.
So when he heard me saying, I got to hang up, John Travolta walked in the men's room, my friend Dominic from the stall goes, "Yeah, right, Anthony, sure." And I go, "No, for real."
Oh, my God.
So I'm talking to John. John's doing his business. So then my friend comes out. He goes, "I will shake your hand, but I think I should wash them
Yeah,
first."
right? Oh, my God, that is so funny.
Then he goes, we're chatting in the men's room for like a minute.
Yeah.
And my friend said, "Hey, can we get a picture?" And John says, "No, not in the men's room.
No.
Come with me."
Yeah.
And he goes, "But come to my private
It's
holding area.
a great pick.
Come to my private holding area, because otherwise everyone's going to want to take a picture."
Yeah.
So that's how we got the picture.
That's
in his
awesome.
private holding area, selfie shot.
Look at that. I love it. I
had a beard going because I was getting ready to work on another movie project
film.
for that one.
Yeah.
So I always like to get in character
Oh, absolutely.
when I'm starting a new project,
Yeah.
whether it's a homeless man or biker
Well, we got
dude.
a couple of pics of you,
Yeah.
I think, in a uniform.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's you.
Oh, yeah, I was playing a role.
And then the homeless.
That's the Grievance Group movie.
And then there you are.
That's The Vagrant.
The Vagrant with Tony Farrow.
"Please, miss, can you spare $1 for some food?"
Oh.
Please.
Oh, look at you. Look at you here. Where was
Over
that?
there, that's a very good movie. It's called The Curse.
Uh-huh.
Michael Wright
Yes.
from the singer from the Temptations is in that project.
Yeah.
I play the part of a police officer.
Wow.
I'm a crooked cop.
You
yeah,
are?
You're probably gonna hate me, but remember, it's only a movie, folks.
Oh, that's you.
Oh yeah, Michael Madsen.
Oh.
That's a movie called Back in the Day. A lot of talented
Yes,
actors.
back in
in
the
that
day,
one, too,
Willie,
yeah.
Willie.
Yeah.
Oh, you and Paul.
Paul Savino, what a sweetheart he
Sweet
was.
guy. I actually
Rest in
met him.
peace,
I
brother.
actually met him back in the '80s.
Wow.
I won a couple of tickets. I think for KTU or something, and I had to go to the city to pick him up, and he was actually there, and I met him, and he was so sweet. We didn't have cameras back then, but he actually signed something for me,
Wow.
and then I saw him a few years ago at MobCon, SopranoCon in AC.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And what a sweet, sweet, sweet man. His daughter, by the way, is going to be, Mira, is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
She's doing
yeah.
Dancing with the Stars.
I heard
so,
about that.
yeah, so you can watch her on that.
Yeah.
And then,
you know, when we were working on
yeah.
that movie was called Brooklyn Banker.
Oh, Brooklyn Banker. I've got
that's
that.
how, yeah, that's,
Yes.
that was that photo with me and Aveni.
Brooklyn
And we
Banker.
were hanging out all day, singer.
Oh, he's
an
amazing
excellent
singer.
storyteller. And he had the ability to have different kinds of accents. Jamaican accent,
Really?
Spanish, and he was singing in different languages.
Brooklyn Banker, I have it here. That was with Paul Sorvino.
Yep.
Federico. We
Directed-
put up the picture of
That's
Federico.
right. Directed by Federico Castelluccio.
Oh, he directed
He
it?
played Furio from The Sopranos.
Yes, he was in Soprano, but I didn't know he directed it.
Not only is he an amazing actor and director, but the man is an incredible artist.
I
Oh,
know.
my God.
Federico, I got to get him on my show.
Yeah.
Gotta get him on my show. And
he's a sweetheart.
And Artie Pasquale was in that too.
Artie Pasquale is another friend of mine. I love
He's
Artie.
great. There he is.
Yeah.
There's Federico.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my God. I heard he's a sweetheart of a
Well,
man.
next time I know I'm going to be at an event with him, I'm going to be sure to call you and invite you as my personal
I love
guest.
his artwork. Oh,
yeah.
my God, he's been posting it.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible. That's a God-given talent.
Yeah. Oh,
Let me
my
tell you, I
God.
can't draw a stick figure.
I can't even draw stick figures either. So.
Oh my gosh. And then you did a lot of other things. Again, you did Escape Artist, which was a short.
Oh,
Recently,
yeah, we've been winning a lot of festivals with that. And
Yes.
Ralph Bracco is in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ralph, shout out to Ralph Bracco.
Yeah. He's also with us on the Bensonhurst Boys movie.
He is. And then you also did recently a little girl who reads.
Oh, yeah. That was with Lindsay Farley. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. It really
That's going to
is.
be coming out soon.
So again, what kind of, I mean, you've played so many characters. And I just want to give a shout out also, Bensonhurst Boys and Gravesend. We have Anthony Magano on both of those, along with Gary Pastor, who is another one of my faves. I can watch him all day, all night act. The man is a genius when it comes to
Do
acting.
you remember that night when we were filming in the restaurant?
It was an overnight.
Oh, my God.
Hello.
That was like,
it was
we did like 14 hours.
yeah, it was
that
a
day,
long,
yeah.
long day.
But we got a lot of footage.
We did.
We captured
did.
some very
it's
important
the pilot.
footage.
We filmed the pilot for
Yeah.
Bensonhurst Boys, and there's like 7 other episodes, and it's just a matter of getting it done. But it will get done. John Marola said it's going to get done, so I know it's going to get
Oh,
done.
yeah, yeah.
It's
and
amazing.
He's a dedicated person. And I know he's going to get it done the right
Oh
way.
yeah,
also.
absolutely. And then you did. So we talked about The Vagrant, and we put up the pic of you as a homeless guy, and that was with again Tony Farrow, and that has gotten a lot of attention as well.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Anjanette, right?
And Jeanette Pinkston.
Yep. And then
she's an excellent director and writer.
Yes.
I just recently worked with her on another project
I gotta
called
get her on the
Black
show.
and White.
Yes.
And
okay.
it was a very controversial script.
Okay.
Because it has a lot of like racist kind of things in it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of actors
Well, a lot of people
try to
won't-
steer away
A lot
from
of
that
people
stuff.
won't go there, but I have to tell you, The Vagrant also listed Patrick Forsett in that. Did you work with Patrick on the?
No.
Unless that's an IMDb. I got to double check that, but he's on there. And then you did The Good Samaritan with Angel Salazar.
Oh, yes.
And
Artie,
that was with Artie also.
Artie Pasquale's in there as well.
All right, so Artie said he's going to do my show. And, you know, he lives in Jersey. And he's like, can we do it virtually? I'm like, I want your tush next to my tush.
Mr. Pasquale.
So I gotta get him here before it starts snowing and the weather gets bad.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? I know Joe DeBarry said, I'll take a ride with him. Whatever. I just want him
one thing's for sure, Artie Pasquale's word is like gold.
No, he's awesome. He's
very
amazing.
reliable.
And he's in Bensonhurst Boys too.
Super genuine
he
person.
is a sweetheart of a guy. In you have Destinies, which you did with Al Sapienza, who also said he's going to come on my show, and Louis Venaria, who I also had on my show.
Right.
So Destinies is Nick Christopher's
project,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Louis Venaria, we worked together on so many movies.
Oh my gosh, he's in Grey's End, Bronx Tale.
That was our first time ever meeting.
Yeah.
I knew all the guys, Joseph D'Onofrio, everybody from that set. I was on set almost
and you know,
every day.
and doing other movies with like Willie and Joe and Louis, it's like a reunion.
Yes.
Every time you work.
Yeah. And we're all like we're part of the same family at this point.
It's a crew.
Yeah.
You got your own crew.
That's right. The chemistry is excellent because we know each other very well.
Yes. Yeah.
And it helps when you're doing some projects, a lot of the directors, they'll give you green light if they know you're good at improvisation.
Yeah.
Like
Let's play with it a little bit.
Yeah. Like
I love that though. I love free reign.
when I worked with Ken Kushner on the Tapestry movie.
Right.
I had a lot of tongue twisters in that one.
Yeah.
And I was working with Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah.
Opposite of Stephen.
Right.
And I said to Ken, when I showed up to the set, I said, Ken, you realize all the tongue twisters I had to learn here?
Yeah.
This was one of the hardest scripts I had to study.
Right.
And he said, please, Aveni, tell me you studied. I said, of course I did.
Yeah.
I says, but let me ask you something.
Yeah.
I have some creative stuff I would like to maybe add in there. He said, please, Aveni, tell me you studied. I did. He goes, all right, I'll let everyone know that you have excellent improvisation skills.
Yeah.
But I want you to deliver word for word by the script first.
Right.
And also confer with Stephen Baldwin and see if he's okay with it.
Right. If he's open
So I said
to
to
it.
Stephen, I go, Stephen, I know my lines are tongue twisters. How do you find your lines? He goes, mine are tongue twisters also. I said, well, Ken Kushner just gave us green light to do some improv.
Okay, cool.
But he wants us to do word for word by the script first.
Yes, normally that's what they
and
want.
then do a little improv. So Ken told everybody, okay, we got two improvisation masters here. So they're going to deliver the dialogue word for word by the script first.
Right.
Then we're going to let them do some improv.
Nice.
After we did the improv, Ken Kushner, the director, and the writer, everybody stood up and clapped, and the director said, that was excellent, Aveni. I was so proud.
Oh my God, that's
I was playing the part of the character of Worm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's going to be a good event.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that
was
is
a
so
funny story
cool.
about that.
That's amazing. And you know what's amazing? I got to take my second break. So don't go away. More with Anthony when we come back.
One woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
How you doing? It's Sal, the voice of Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Sal the Voice Valentinetti. He did my show, oh my God, 5 years ago. I'm trying to get him back. The man is very busy. So here it is. Salvatore, I need you back on my show. It's been so long. Let's promote your upcoming shows. Let's get you here. I know you're fading away. You're like down to nothing now. But I want you back on my show, Sal. So give me a call. Let's set something up on a Monday night. I am here with actor, writer, and musician Anthony Aveni. We talked a lot about what he's done, who he's acted with. Are there any other pictures we didn't put up yet? Maybe, I don't know. I gave him a whole bunch. You with.
You could see what a great time we were
I
having.
know.
Look at what Michael Madison was doing behind my back.
He's giving you bunny ears
giving me
behind
the
your
horns.
back. We put up pretty much everybody, right? I just wanted to make sure we didn't leave anyone out. All right, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Also, before we get into music, because you are a fabulous singer,
thank you so
a great
much.
musician, let's talk about two other things. I know we mentioned Gravesend, but Cruise by my friend, your friend, Gino Caffarelli, was originally called Franny Lou, and then it was changed to Cruise, and it's 4 years ago already.
Wow.
That movie was released. I was at the release party. Were you there?
Yeah.
On Franny Lou?
Yeah.
We were there. I was there. And so Gino Caffarelli, I actually just texted him before the show to please come on. Let's talk about what he's done since then, what he's doing. And he also wrote a book for and with his daughter. And I want to talk about that with him too. But how much fun was that movie? I mean, you know, I grew up in Bayside. You went to Bayside High. Hello, that was in our own backyard.
We did a lot of night filming as well. And we did a drag racing scene where at the end the car crashes and everything like that. And also my good friend, Peter Guardio.
Peter Guardio.
Who is in the movie.
Yes, let's mention
Peter. And I
Peter.
also met Peter in the
On
Bronx
A
Tale
30
movie.
years ago. Well,
Right.
Peter and I went to high school together, and his best friend actually lived on my block.
Wow.
And he was always on my block, so I saw Peter a lot growing up as a kid. And then when I did watch the movie A Bronx Tale, and Willie and Peter actually open up the movie. It's their first scene when the girls pull up in the car and they have their line. They throw their line, and I'm like, "That's Peter!" And I'm like, "Holy crap!" And he's had an amazing career too. I had him on my show like 5 years ago. So Peter, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to, and we'll catch up.
Plus, he's a weightlifter.
He's always been a bodybuilder and into health.
He's in great shape.
Oh my God! Yeah, forget about it. Incredible.
Yeah.
So Gino Caffarelli. So Gino, I hope Gino comes on my show.
Gino, I first met Gino in the Laugh Killer Laugh movie.
Yes.
Kamal Ahmed production.
Yes.
And we had some couple of good days of filming. With
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
I saw the trailer. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then back to, we'll just end with Gravesend before we get into your music. But Gravesend is a series on Amazon Prime. You can watch season 1. I think there's only 4 episodes, right? In season 1.
Season 1 is 4 episodes.
Right.
I'm in episode 1.
Okay.
And we left my scene open for imagination.
That's good.
In the scene, I'm selling beer at the street festival for the mafia.
Right.
And it appears to some of the other wise guys that I'm selling my own beer on the sneak. And they immediately jump to conclusions.
Okay.
But I'm not going to reveal what really happened. You're going to have to tune in and find out.
Yes.
Okay,
So
because a
season
lot of
1.
my friends are asking, so what's going to happen to your character? Did you get the shit beat out of you? Did you get another chance? Was there a reasonable explanation about why you had your own beer?
Yeah.
That was pretty risky what you were doing.
Yeah.
So people want to know.
Right.
What happened.
Right.
You're going to have to watch for yourself
watch it. And then
if you want to see what happened to me.
And then season 2, there's 9 episodes. I'm in 8. And you have Chaz Palminteri, and you have Fran Drescher, and
Andrew Dice Clay. Armand Asante.
There's so many wonderful people in season 2.
Absolutely.
There's just so many talented people.
And we have the number 1 guy. Ready for this?
Go ahead.
Chaz Palminteri.
Yes.
From A Bronx Tale.
Yeah. How crazy is that it comes full circle?
Yeah.
30
and we
years
got
later.
we got my buddy Vincent Pastor from The
Yes.
Sopranos,
Vinny.
Mr. Big Pussy.
Yes, yes.
So like
Amazing.
a star-studded cast.
Yeah, it really is.
Gravesend is coming on strong.
Yeah.
And season 2 made a huge hit. Season 1 reached the top of the charts on Amazon Prime. It was viewed the most, and it was number 1.
Yeah.
Season 2 did the same thing.
Yeah.
So it was the number 1 in the charts for 3-4 weeks. So
Amazing.
Tune in and support
and watch it.
Gravesend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about your music, because like I said, you're a great singer, great performer.
Thank you.
Anthony was performing in Queens. There he is. There's you and the band and the guys. And he said,
yeah.
come to BB's. I'm
Yeah.
going to be in Queens. And what a show. What a night. It was so much fun.
Yes.
I had a blast.
And thank you. I appreciate for you,
You know, you
showing
gotta
up.
support.
Yeah,
Everyone's got to
course.
support each other. That's how we all get through everything, right? Now, how often do you gig out?
Well, since the pandemic, it's
Yeah.
been slow, and
Yeah.
the whole entertainment industry basically shut down.
Changed, yeah.
So, but I usually try to do like at least once or twice a month.
Yeah.
It depends on where I'm performing and how much they're paying. Because a lot of the small venues, they don't want to pay too much.
Right.
And the thing that a lot of these owners of these venues don't realize, we have to have a rehearsal at a music studio. We pay for gasoline to get there. We spend 3 hours in the studio. Then we chip in $20 each. So $20 in gas, $20 for rehearsal space. Already each man is invested $40.
Right.
Then we got to get to the gig, invest another $20 in gas. So now each man has invested $60.
Right.
And then they try to insult our intelligence by offering us $500. That's $100 a man.
Right. I know.
So we have to break down,
I know.
set up,
I know.
3-hour rehearsal, 3-hour show. Each man is putting in 8 to 10 hours because not only do we have a rehearsal in the studio,
Right.
but we're all rehearsing at home.
Oh, sure.
Because we don't want to look like fools on the stage.
No, I know.
We
I know.
want our guests to
and you
come
want
back.
to sound good. Now,
Yeah.
do you actually play any instruments, or do you just?
I could play instruments,
Okay.
mostly to my own original material.
Okay. And that's where the writing came in, that you write original songs.
Yes, yes.
And how's that going these days?
Good, very good.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people in my audience, a lot of them scream out, "Let's hear some of your original stuff." And I'm like, that makes me feel good.
Sure.
So I'll throw in a couple of originals. Usually do 4 or 5 cover songs and then 1 original.
Yeah, sneak it in.
I do all my original stuff with my In Your Face band.
Okay.
And then I have my Anthony Aveni All-Star band.
Okay.
With some amazing musicians of mine. Jim Moran is in that band. Ed the Hat on drums. Michael Green. Yeah. And then in my In Your Face band, I have some of my old crew from Queens, like Woodside, where I used to have my restaurant.
Yeah.
And we've been jamming and playing out together for over 10 years.
Now, I want to know, how old were you when you put
Right.
together your own band, or were in a band?
Right, let me tell you this funny story. I was about 5 or 6 years old, could hardly speak English.
Wow, because Italian was your first language,
That's
correct?
right, yeah, Sicilian. And me and my little cousin, we were both the same age.
Oh, cute.
And we asked our parents, it was about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, can we have ice cream, in Italian, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
we couldn't even speak English ourselves.
Right, yeah.
And our parents go, you had ice cream for lunch. So me and my little cousin came up with a brilliant idea. You know the old-fashioned broomsticks with the straw?
Yes.
So we both got our parents' brooms, and we went to the corner by where the train station was, and they had the old-fashioned newspaper stand, know, the wooden box?
Yes.
And the guy was already out of newspapers.
Yeah.
So me and my cousin got up on that little box, and we were singing. As soon as the people were coming off the train.
For money.
I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand.
Wow.
And people were throwing us 5 cents, 10 cents, back in the late 60s.
Oh, that was a lot of money back then, yeah,
So we
sure.
went home with ice cream and a pocket full of change.
Oh, how funny.
And our parents were like, dove prendere le soldi per prendere il gelato?
Right.
And we said,
Where'd you get the money for that ice cream?
We were on the corner We were playing music for money. Get out of here. What are you talking about? They
That
didn't
is
believe
great.
us.
That
Until
is
some of the
great.
neighbors told our parents, oh
That's
my
a
God,
great-
your children are too much.
That's a great story.
So that's the first time I realized, hey, singing, I like singing.
Yeah.
Then when I was like 13, 14, I started my own band. And it's been rock and roll and
Is that what you
oldies
listen
and
to?
doo-wop.
That's what I was going to say. Does
I
that...
love all music.
Yeah.
From like the Drifters to Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, because I know you sing a lot of
Yeah.
Frank, too.
I go to karaoke spots.
Yeah.
You know why? I use karaoke to practice new songs.
Sure.
And when total strangers come
Why
up to me and
not?
go, hey, Anthony, that was really good voice range for you.
Yeah.
Then I say, that's a keeper.
Right.
I write it
you
down.
add it to your repertoire.
And I add it. And I
Yep.
tell my band members, hey, learn these 4 or 5 songs.
Right, exactly.
This way we keep it fresh.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to
you also want to play songs that other bands don't play.
That's
because a
true,
lot
too.
of bands, Sweet Caroline, and
Right.
the same songs. Like, I love to hear a band do like one-hit wonders.
Right.
Like something that you don't hear all the time.
Right.
That's really, really cool. All right, you know what? We're going to take my last break. And when we come back, we are going to continue talking with Anthony Aveni. So don't go away, people. Back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Doc, who's your favorite guinea?
Teresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrow.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Tea Time can be seen live every Monday night at 8 o'clock right here on Facebook and YouTube. Then it goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard and seen every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20 for people on Long Island who get Optimum Cable Vision. We're going to be on TV on Saturday.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
That's a lot to remember.
It is, but I do.
Just like you remember all your lines in for movies.
This is true. Let me tell you something. I just shot something in Philly called Monster On. Shout out to Diana Carter and Teddy and everybody there. And it was so much fun. And Michael, and he was like, "Do you know your lines? Do you know your lines?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I was telling him my line, and he'd hug me. And then I tell him the next line, and he'd hug me. And then I tell him my third line, and he'd hug me. And he was like, "I'm so glad you know." And it's like, you have to go on set prepared.
And don't tell me. Then he got on one knee and said, "Will you marry me?"
No, but let me just tell you something. It is so important. It is so important to know your lines. You have to show up prepared, right? That is like 95% of.
And most importantly, remember the cue word that you have to deliver to your co-star.
Well, that's the whole thing. You know, the writers write for a reason, and they want you to recite the words the way they wrote them.
You know, a lot of people don't realize. They see actors, they watch that show, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, but they never show how these people started on the street being an extra.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold outside, but like, for example, in the Cruise movie,
yes,
one night we had to make believe it was summertime. It was late November, freezing cold.
Wow.
And we had to stand on the street with short pants and a t-shirt.
And that's real acting,
and
baby.
make believe we were sweating. Man, it's so hot out here. I got to go take a dip in the pool.
Right.
And meanwhile, it was 20 degrees and we were like, ah. Right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
totally
that's what
crazy.
a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's not just about remembering my lines. If I'm acting opposite of you, I have to study all your lines too.
Well, that's the thing is, acting is reacting.
Correct.
So you really have to pay attention to what the person is saying opposite you so you can react and answer them in a correct way that's going to make sense, obviously. So
Right.
yeah, you have to know those trigger words.
That's why you need the cue word.
You do need cue words.
And it also helps when you have a lot of good chemistry.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like I know when you're finished talking, you know when I'm finished talking.
Yeah.
And that's how you could get excellent interchange, interreactions.
Now, do you like doing comedy or do you like doing more serious roles?
Yeah, I love comedy.
Yeah.
I like to do comedy as I go along too. I make stuff up.
Well, I know you do. You've written some stuff, and
Oh, yeah.
we talked about the open mic here on a Friday night to come down and try out your material.
Yeah.
You know.
Some of my material might not be suitable for
this audience, but you know, the audience here on a Friday
Sometimes
night.
I get fresh.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. So what comes first for you? The music, the melody, or the lyrics?
Well, you know, it's amazing because when I write lyrics, I actually hear the music in my brain at the same time for some reason. And then a lot of my musician friends say, wow, that's an amazing gift to
It
have.
is, because it's usually one or the other.
But ironically, like, I could sing and strum the guitar or play the drums to my own music. But I have a difficult time doing it to other people's music.
Right.
Strumming and singing.
Yeah.
I could play the bass guitar and sing Jimi Hendrix, Hey Joe. Some songs I could.
Right.
But it's very hard. It's very hard.
Yeah.
But to my original stuff, I have no problem doing it. It's crazy.
Hey, Ralph Bracco's watching.
Ralphie!
How you doing, Ralph? We've been talking about you. Your ears must be ringing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to rewatch the show if you didn't join in from the
Ralph
beginning.
has been one of my co-stars in quite a few projects, including together with us, the Benson House Boys.
Absolutely. So listen, I want everyone, we have like 5 minutes, but I want everyone to know where to find you. So tell them where you are on Insta and Facebook.
Well, I could be reached through Facebook, Anthony Aveni.
Right.
And
Name's on the screen.
I'm also on YouTube, Anthony Aveni, actor, singer. If you want to check out any of my acting or music stuff, you
there's
can
a lot
always
there.
look me up on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot there. And on Instagram, you're on Instagram as Aveni.
I don't really go on Instagram
Anthony,
that
but
much because Facebook is already overwhelming.
I know, I know.
You can spend hours on your phone like that.
I know, social media. I know, it's like a whole thing within itself.
I realize it's a good tool to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But it's also like time consuming.
So, we spoke briefly about how, you grew up speaking Italian. Your parents were born
in Sicily.
In Sicily. And, obviously you spoke Italian before you spoke English.
I sure did. That's why I was always in trouble in school, because I never understood the teachers.
And I get it. I totally get it. But
they told me, sit down. I told afango.
Okay. All right. We won't say what that means, but we'll just move on real quick.
Right on.
So what do you have coming up now? Do you have anything coming up or that you're working on that you can tell us about?
Well, I do have a few projects in the works.
Yeah.
I'm not really allowed to discuss them yet.
All right. I get it.
I don't know how far they're going to go, so I don't want to blow steam out there.
I get it.
I like to accomplish things, get them done, and know they're going to be seen.
Right.
Then I will advertise, because I don't want to waste my breath.
Because you know as well as I do, when you start out in this industry, you do shorts, you do a lot of indies, a lot of stuff you do for free because A, you want the experience, B, you really want to try to get your footage to make a reel.
Right.
And, you have to get your feet wet somewhere. Right. So, it's kind of like paying your dues.
You know what? Pretty soon we're getting ready to start season 3 of Gravesend.
I heard that.
I remember seeing you on set last season 2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what your fireworks.
I was at the strip club.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, baby.
I did not dance. I was not dancing.
Sure.
I was at the 4th of July block party.
Right.
And I was also in Jersey with Fran Drescher, filming with her, and she's a doll. So I'm looking forward to season 3. I hope they do bring me back. We'll see. And I have to tell you, we have like a minute and a half left. I have to tell you, I so appreciate you taking the ride from Queens and doing my show for me, because I know it was kind of like last minute, but I've always been wanting to get you on the show, and I'm glad that it did work out the way it did.
And I appreciate the invitation. It's always a pleasure seeing you.
Same
As a matter
here.
of fact,
I love you, my friend.
the last time I saw you was completely by accident. We were at an outdoor venue seeing a rock and roll band at the beach.
Yes, we were. We were at...
And we had a grand old time.
We did. But we always do.
That's right.
We always do. What I love about Anthony, he's just a positive person, and he's got a great heart.
Thank you. I appreciate
And really, you know, because we're, you know, when you brought up old school and all about respect and certain ways that we were brought up, because I'm 100% Sicilian too.
Right.
So, you know, my parents, my grandparents raised the same way. You know what I mean?
And it shows the respect level that you have emanates from your body.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're a beautiful person.
I appreciate that. I really do.
I wish you all the success
Oh,
in the world.
and you too, my friends. And I hope we get to work together.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to do some acting together.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to that. And I just want to end the show tonight by sending prayers to the Dallers, a Farmingdale High School band. As you know, they were on their way to Pennsylvania for band camp for the weekend. My niece, Victoria, was on one of those buses, and thank God she's okay. 2 teachers passed away, and my prayers and condolences go to those 2 families. There are 5 kids who are in critical condition, still in critical condition, and I want everyone to pray for those kids. Pray for the people that are still in the hospital. We're going to end the show with the Dallers up there for a minute when I sign off. We're going to say goodnight. I want to thank you again, my friend, for doing this. I love you so much, and I can't wait to work with you. So for now, everybody, have a great week. Tell everyone you love them, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.